If you read the back of a standard store-bought yogurt tub, you'll often find stabilizers and hidden sugars keeping it together on the shelf. But culturing it yourself yields a much denser, creamier texture, while putting you entirely in control of the ingredients. Doing this at home offers three key advantages. You strip away artificial additives, you eliminate single-use plastics, and extend fermentation times to increase probiotic concentrations far beyond standard commercial levels. But there is a catch. A huge number of people buy yogurt makers, use them twice, and shove them to the back of a cabinet. The failure rate rarely has anything to do with the quality of the yogurt. It happens because the machine they bought creates too much friction in their daily morning routine. Every buyer has to navigate a central trade-off, balancing the need for precise technological control against the desire for operational simplicity. If you buy a highly technical machine but hate babysitting electronics, you will stop using it. We're evaluating the top 5 yogurt makers of 2026 by matching them to specific lifestyle profiles to ensure the machine you choose survives the transition from a novelty to a daily habit. This diagram outlines the 3 distinct user profiles we'll use to frame our analysis: the biohacker, who needs precision control; the volume household, prioritizing batch volume; and the minimalist, optimizing for analog simplicity. Achieving a long-term financial and health return on your investment comes down to one thing: choosing the machine that actually fits your morning reality. We'll start with the biohacker profile. This is a user hyper-focused on gut health who requires multi-day ferments to cultivate delicate, specific probiotic strains like L. reuteri. This line graph illustrates the narrow temperature survival window for live cultures. Exact temperature control is a strict biological necessity. A deviation of just a few degrees rapidly kills off the culture or turns the entire batch into a separated, watery mess. As this graph expands to highlight the 68 to 131 degree Fahrenheit range across a 48-hour timeline, you can see how our top 2 picks, the GDOR and the Ultimate Probiotic Maker, solve this challenge. Their digital interfaces hold those temperatures steady for days at a time, allowing these sensitive cultures to reach maximum potency. If you want a slightly smaller footprint, our number 5 pick, the ANZ-KTOS, offers a compact alternative. It relies on a highly accurate built-in temperature probe that eliminates the guesswork of fermentation without taking up half your counter. Looking at the physical workflow of these precision machines, they all rely on formatting the batch across 6 to 8 individual glass jars. This setup offers a distinct culinary advantage. You can run flavor experiments, plain in one jar, vanilla in another, and berry in a third, all in a single batch, without risking your entire yield on a recipe that might not work out. But you have to acknowledge the operational reality. By choosing this system, you are committing to scrubbing and sanitizing 6 to 8 tiny glass jars every single week. While digital multi-jar systems offer the most control over probiotic density and flavor, they also demand the highest level of weekly maintenance and dishwashing. That brings us to the volume household. These are users feeding multiple people, where a small batch of single-serve jars will be entirely exhausted by Tuesday morning. For this profile, the Party Dessert Electric steps in at number 3. Its primary advantage is scale, utilizing a continuous 2-quart vat capacity to minimize the number of batches you run per week. Large households usually run into a specific hurdle. Getting that ultra-thick, premium Greek-style texture usually requires buying extra cheesecloth and tying it up over a bowl in the fridge. The Party Dessert solves this with a built-in strainer. As you see here, the integrated filter physically separates the cloudy liquid whey from the yogurt, draining it away to leave behind a dense spoon-coating texture without the mess of manual straining. The trade-off for this massive output is spatial. The unit consumes significant vertical counter space, and rather than grabbing a pre-portioned jar, you are manually scooping servings out of one giant tub every morning. You should also note that shipping restrictions frequently apply to a unit of this size, so international buyers will need to verify delivery availability before checking out. If you are feeding a busy family and prioritize sheer volume and thick textures, upgrading to a high-capacity vat system is the most efficient choice. Finally, we evaluate the minimalist profile. This user suffers from gadget fatigue and values long-term reliability over digital precision. Our number 4 pick, the stainless steel yogurt maker, is defined by its lack of electronics. There are 0 power cords, 0 buttons, and 0 digital displays on this unit. The workflow is entirely manual. You preheat the milk on your stove, you mix in your culture, seal the glass jar inside the stainless steel vacuum flask, and walk away. The advantages of this analog approach are significant. There are no heating elements to burn out, no anxiety about leaving an appliance plugged in while you sleep, and a virtually infinite physical lifespan for the hardware. But the cost of that durability is a lack of strict control. Without an electric thermostat holding the long, precise, multi-day temperatures required for delicate probiotic strains is nearly impossible. To bridge that gap, the included 42-page recipe book provides the exact ratios and timing windows beginners need. It removes the guesswork of manual fermentation by detailing how different milks and cultures react to the cooling vacuum environment. For users who value simplicity and longevity over technical precision, moving away from electronics is a practical upgrade. The reality of the market is simple. Even the highest-rated yogurt maker will fail you if the workflow clashes with your actual kitchen habits. If you're optimizing for gut health, require multi-day fermentation for specific cultures, and want individual portion control, the digital precision of the GDOR or the Ultimate Probiotic Maker is your target. If you have a large family that clears out food fast, and you want heavy, Greek-style textures without the mess of cheesecloth, select the heavy-hitting party dessert bat system. And if you are tech-weary and just want a simple, indestructible container that ferments reliable overnight batches, embrace the stainless steel non-electric maker. This flowchart illustrates the financial upside. A properly maintained batch acts as the starter culture for the next. A single spoon of finished yogurt loops back into fresh milk, meaning you may never buy store yogurt again. Make your decision based on a brutally honest assessment of your morning routine, not just a list of features. Let us know down in the comments which profile matches your kitchen, and hit subscribe for more practical buying guides.